Hello. I'm gonna get ready for a birthday shoot. I'm gonna put this Deep Puff Pixie by Petra serum. Okay, so since today is very important for me, I do want to prep the skin with this Tatcha, the Dewy Moisturizer. Lots of moisturizer. This is sunscreen from Tatcha. Okay, I tried doing my nails by myself. They completely did not work. I hope that the camera can pick up the under eyes. Someone told me that they're turning hollow and my under eyes really thin. She advised me to get filler, but that's the last thing I want to do right now. So I'm just trying to figure out what to do with it with makeup. So I'm gonna try this brightening peach from Pixie by Petra. I was like watching a few videos over under eyes and someone said to do peach brightening, and I had this one around. I am going to apply just a little bit of this, but like right at the bottom on the hollowness right here. I actually forgot I have this foundation. It's so weird because I feel like Too Faced foundation runs a little darker. This is the color Porcelain, but look how tanned it is. It is so beautiful. The formula is so creamy. I just can never seem to get the color right, ever. And this is me actually going out of my way and keep buying it. I want to do something glam today. I'm gonna use this palette right here today, the Empowered from Huda Beauty. The reason why I have so many palettes of this is because Huda Beauty was the only one that just kept sending me, and I feel grateful for that. Yeah, this one's like more of a matted. It is crazy that I am turning 32 years old. At this age, I'm not gonna lie, I thought my life was gonna look so different. I don't know, I thought I was gonna be this actress. I'm not mad at it, but I am grieving this version of myself. Honestly, at 18 years old, I just didn't want to end up like my mom. I did not want to be I didn't want to be like her. I didn't want to be stuck in an unsafe relationship, 100% loyalty to a man at all costs, even if it's hurting others and yourself. And I genuinely think that's why my dreams were so big, was because I thought that dreaming big was gonna get me out of that place. If any of you watched me when I was younger, you'd probably know that I wanted to be an actress, and I actually did try it. For a good 4 years, I put in the work. I was doing so many acting classes. I got my agent, I got my manager, I did a indie film, I was in a Lifetime movie. But I think that the more I did it, the more I realized, like, wait, I don't know if I genuinely like the business side of it. I think I'm much more introverted than I ever thought. Maybe one day I'll go back and do it. My soul was calling me for isolation. I really needed to go inward and figure out what was happening in here, because I was never satisfied in anything I did, ever. I've experienced a lot trying to go after acting. Oh my gosh, I've done background work, I was in cool sets, I've met a lot of really cool people, I discovered so much about myself. A few years ago, I just let go of my manager and my agent. It was so weird. My body just always cried. I honestly would not trade the isolation period for anything because I learned so much about myself. There are times on the weekend where I'm doing nothing and I long for that really deep peace that I had where I was just discovering so much about myself. But then it came a period where the universe was like, okay, you've done a lot of inner work. Now it's time to integrate it out to the real world and do something, because you can't stay stuck alone doing so much of the work and not putting it to practice, right? Just gonna blend that with the finger like that. I think I like this. I really want to do a separate video over acting and what I learned about it and the business side and all the cool things I've done. So I'll do another separate, that way I can add the clips of myself and honestly be able to reflect and share how much I've learned from it. When I took a step back, I did a lot of programs, I did a lot of workshops, a lot of journaling for healing. It really is hard to talk and do your makeup at the same time. Moving on to concealer, I'm going to use this Huda Beauty one, the really pale one, because my foundation is a few shades darker. So I'm going to apply it right on the middle. The biggest thing that I had to unlearn is that resting and taking time for yourself is not lazy and it's not selfish. If you have the privilege to take time for yourself, learn about yourself, journal about yourself, ask yourself questions, and discover who you are, what you like, what you don't like, who are you. I really believe that you start to discover so much about yourself when no one around you is telling you who you are, how to act, and validating you. I so badly chased perfection, and at the end of the day, perfection was irking people. It was pushing people away, because the truth is, like, even if you try to do everything perfect and you try to like hide your voice and you try to keep the peace, it'll still bite you in the butt. I had to learn to be very graceful for myself and just tell myself that I am doing the best that I can. This week should be really fun because Friday I'm going to dinner with a group of friends. It'll be 8 of us. These women are so sweet and very open-minded. It's so interesting because I've always longed for open-minded friends. Suddenly, out of nowhere, it just came. You know what I think happened? I started to really respect myself. Like, I was not tolerating disrespect. I did not care what you were trying to translate to me. If you were disrespecting me, I pulled away. People used to tell me that I was a pushover, and they would directly tell me that in my face. To my face, can you believe that? I started setting some hardcore boundaries, and I did realize, like, holy yeah, I was such a pushover. I think this is cute. My dress is gonna be black and white. So I do need a little bit more color. Should I do like a dark? I'm gonna put like a purple right underneath, right here, just to kind of open those eyes. We're gonna try this banana powder. I'm so excited to take pictures with my friend. She came into my life about a year ago. Anyway, she loves to take pictures. I love to take pictures. And she kind of gets me out of my shell. We are just gonna bake this and we're gonna hope for the best. I want that texture gone. I'm not gonna lie, man, this really does remove the texture. Like, look at that. It looks like I have a soft blur. We're going to apply. That made my under eyes look so good. I did get these right here from CVS. I'm gonna do 5 things I wish I knew before I turned 32. If you feel confused by a person, run. You should never feel confused by someone. 2, love that requires my silence is not love. It was a huge one for me. being brutally honest without compassion is a different story. But to silence someone, that is not okay, and instantly I will remove you if you only like the version of me who's like a robot. 3, in order to finish the 2, let people live. That one was a hard one for me. I think my biggest issue in this life is always trying to course correct someone and having this good girl persona. I will fully admit, and I had to learn the hard way for it. I think that the good girl persona was taught. It protected me in many ways, but it did not serve me at all, and I hurt people in the way. Okay, I am putting the powder underneath my eyes. Sometimes you just gotta let people be. And you have to trust that people know what they're doing. Because people are grown adults. Unless you are a parent and a child, you have no business getting into someone's business. Now, if they're disrespecting you and they're crossing your boundaries, that's a different story. I do need to apply more makeup mist, but I'm so scared because if I apply it, then my lashes are gonna go under. And I already did touch up a little bit here. Or maybe we could do this. This needs to dry out a little more because if I apply this, you really want to wait for everything to dry. All right, okay. As long as your powder and foundation's fully dry, you can go in with a sponge. My 4th one, your body is not your enemy. Sometimes I fall into a victim mentality because of my body. I think that our bodies are always giving us information. We just have to make friends with ourselves and reconnect. And it's purging. This was before my isolation period. I was just running and running and running and working and working and working, and then boom, I'd get really, really, really sick, and my body was just trying to communicate to slow down, reconnect, and ground. When I'm around people, I really listen to how my body feels instead of gaslighting myself and thinking, oh, you're being dramatic, you're overthinking this. I think when you grow up to be a very sensitive person, which is fully a gift, that's something I've had to learn. It is very important to kind of go into the body and ask yourself, how am I feeling with this person? Am I feeling okay? Am I feeling tired? What is going on? I am always having conversations with myself, and you'd be surprised by reconnecting with your body how much it tells you. I love like a bright tear duct, so we're gonna apply this gold one. Right, like look how much of a difference it makes. Like wow, this is so cute. Okay. I feel like it always goes like this. Do makeup, we just clean it up. Okay, I was such in a rush, I forgot to do my 5th lesson. So the 5th one is validation feels so amazing. I know that we love to get the comments, we love to get external validation, we love others to make us feel good, but it cannot define nor carry your identity. I've experienced social media, I've experienced so much growth in my life, and the one thing that I've always struggled with is defining my self-worth by others. The algorithm, what friends and family think of me. This is the Too Faced Cloud Crush Whip Lip in cheek color. So the biggest thing that I've had to tackle is asking myself, who am I when nobody is clapping? It has been the most brutal but yet beautiful lesson, because at the end of it, I've realized that My biggest superpower is standing on my 2 feet on my own, being able to clap for myself. When you learn to validate yourself, you release all the shackles and your self-worth starts to grow. I am my biggest cheerleader and it feels so good. Man, the foundation, it is such a perfect base right now. I am gonna head out. I'm pretty late. I'll see you in the next video.